Michael Vukovich here, and I'm going to be running through tips and tricks for building your Salesforce roadmap. We'll be talking about the what when we say Salesforce roadmap. Why is a Salesforce roadmap important? When should you start putting your roadmap together? Who should be involved in the process? And last, but far from least, how? How do we put together a Salesforce roadmap? Jump into presentation mode here. So starting off with, what is a Salesforce roadmap? Just a baseline, everybody, around what we're talking about when we say Salesforce roadmap. What we are talking about is how do we generate a prioritized list of ideas, of features that Salesforce is positioned to solve for, to understand what are the most valuable things that we can do for the lowest cost, which we will call our low-hanging fruit. So referencing over here on the right, what we mean when we say low-hanging fruit, the things that are going to really drive value within the business, what's going to help make people more efficient and effective at their jobs, what's going to help overcome challenges to enable organizations to meet their business goals, and the things that are going to be the easiest to do. So the things that are going to not necessarily cost a lot from a licensing standpoint, they're going to be easy to implement and easy to configure within Salesforce. That's our low-hanging fruit. So here is where we have that little pineapple, high value, low cost. From there, we have roadmap items. Those are things that are hard to do, but are also really valuable. Implementing a new product, for example, maybe implementing Field Service Lightning, Service Cloud Voice, those things that are bulkier projects, but are still going to be valuable for the business. Quick wins, the small things, not very valuable, not really hard to do. Adding a new field, adjusting a pick list value, things of that nature. Things you shouldn't do are the things that are going to be low value and high cost. So those are things you generally want to avoid. Why is a Salesforce roadmap important? Look at that from three different angles. The first, additional value. If we're specifically baselining our new solutions as to what is going to be valuable at a low cost, we should be able to drive more value out of Salesforce and really use it as an asset to enable people to hit their goals and enable the organization to accomplish its objectives as well. Longer visibility, by virtue of plotting out when you're going to be working on changes within Salesforce, you can solve for your challenges today in pursuit of what is to come. So maybe you'll use the work order standard object or the case object, for example, in pursuit of certain requirements today if you know you're going to be rolling out Service Cloud or Field Service Lightning in the future. Higher adoption rates is last. If we're deploying things that are meaningful to the company, they're going to make a difference, you're going to get more people using the system. When should you start doing your Salesforce roadmap? In short, Q4 is a great time to start because in Q4, people are doing budgetary planning for next year. Understand what your costs are going to be to implement. How much time is it going to take? Do I need to hire another person? Do I need to bring on a consulting firm? As well as your licensing costs. Do I need to purchase a third-party Salesforce app? Do I need to add more licenses? Understanding that in Q4 to make sure you plan for the budget for the next upcoming year, extremely important. Q1, listen and learn. React quickly to ensure that if there are changes you need to make to the roadmap or the personnel, you make those in Q1 to avoid that impacting the balance of your progress throughout the rest of your year-long roadmap. Measure, understand what are the things that you need to do, what are the things that you need to change in order to hit major KPIs. Make sure you baseline, here's what my client conversion rates are today, here's what we want for them to be in the future. Present those reports and those KPIs to your management who might not be in the system every single day. Q3, begin planning for next year. What are the things that you need to do in order to repeat what is hopefully a successful engagement when you go into next year? Do we need different stakeholders? Do you need different personnel? Do you need different skill sets? Who should be involved in the process? Stakeholders, access to budget, access to senior leadership and business goals and objectives. Make sure that you're tying what it is you're deploying to somebody that has access to budget. Power users, these are the people that are in the system every single day. They're the ones who are most likely going to be able to speak to, if the organization wants us to do X, Y, and Z, here are the challenges that we're going to encounter in trying to accomplish that goal. You draw out those pain points, and then the product owner and the system administrator are the ones that then help to define the solution. So product owner, oversight of Salesforce, part of their job responsibilities at Salesforce is a successful platform. system administrator, Salesforce developer, Salesforce administrator. They're the ones that can best speak to if we want to overcome these goals, or if we want to overcome these challenges, here's how we can do it with Salesforce. Here's how much it's going to cost. Here are the licenses that we're going to need. So let's talk about the how. So we have a couple of different pieces of content here. If you want to go to my LinkedIn profile, feel free. But the most important one I'm going to talk about in an effort to be expedient today is this road mapping template, where we outline how you can progress through what are the business goals, how is the organization trying to grow its respective revenue, what is the organization doing to cut costs, what are the challenges that you are going to encounter in trying to accomplish these goals. So narrow down, prioritize your top two, define your respective challenges for those two business goals, narrow those challenges down to your top two, brainstorm potential solutions, put value against cost for each of your respective solutions. You throw it on this scatter plot. Here's your low-hanging fruit over here. Here's your quick wins. Here's your roadmap. And here are the things you want to try to avoid and not do. Hope this was helpful, and looking forward to hearing if you have any questions.